Good Monday morning to you. This week on our Money Mondays episode, I wanted to start a little bit of a mini series here. A couple weeks back, I was talking about a new business planning course that we've put out into the community. Specifically, if you are an apparel business owner, we want you to be planning your business with templates and with tools that actually make sense for you and your business, because sometimes when you're just grabbing like a generic template, it doesn't have anything to do with the apparel industry. And I definitely discovered that when I was creating my own business plan. And so I wanted to make sure that you had something. And then I recorded a bunch of videos and kind of guided you through the whole process. And part of the business planning course that we've put out are several different templates that we're providing to you. So number one, you might have also heard me talking about our different pie chart ebooks that we've put out into the world. So we've got a free download one, which is just based on percentages, which sometimes is the most helpful thing. We've also put out an example 10-year business plan where you can see the actual numbers, how everything breaks down. If you're spending this much money, this is how much you need to be pulling in the way of sales. So that's something that's also provided to you inside the business planning course. By the way, we've also dropped the price of the business planning course. It is now only $99. So if you were interested in getting your hands on it before and you checked it out and it was over $500, we're starting to lower our price on a few things because we want more people to be able to get their hands on these tools. And we're hearing that maybe our prices are a little unattainable, a little bit unreachable right now in the current economy. I do think that course is well worth much over $500, but we do want it to get out into the community. So if you were checking it out, you can check it out again, and you can go back, and now it's only $99. Part of what is also included are 3 different financial templates. Now, these are spreadsheets that already have formulas included in them, so it just works like magic. You just need to kind of fill in your information and it'll start to work for you. What I want to walk you through today is a process that I don't think a ton of other people really talk about, but it is super, super crucial for me in my business. And the more and more that I start to learn from coaches and other business mentors of my own, there is one out there that I've started to pay attention to more, and she actually does this exact same process. And I wanted to be able to get this information out because while I thought maybe I was a little bit nuts doing cash flow on literally a daily basis inside my business, I'm starting to find out that some of the other leaders in just business space in general do this as well. They're just not talking about it a lot. So let's talk about it today, okay? Cash flow is something, cash is king, right? You've probably heard that if you've been in business for a little while, if you're an entrepreneur. If you haven't heard it, now you're hearing it. Cash is king. And you need to be able to figure out where your business lies when it comes to being in the black and being in the red. And if you don't know what that means, being in the black means that you have positive money inside your accounts. You at least have some sort of money sitting there. You have a profit. You've got money on hand, right? There's cash available to you to do something with. Sorry, hair on me. If you are in the red, you are actually in the negative. So maybe your checking account has gone into the negative. Maybe your credit card debt is completely maxed out. You can't use your credit card anymore. Maybe you've defaulted on a loan. Maybe you owe somebody money and you haven't paid it yet. These are all the kinds of things that will put you in the red. And when I look at cash flow for my business, what I'm looking for is at what stage, if I don't make more sales or if we don't get a new client or I can't figure out how to improve things and bring more money in, at what point do we as a business start to go into the red if we continue to function the way that we're functioning now? So what does that mean? It means, let's say we have 5 clients on the books. They're paying us X amount of dollars every single month, but I'm spending more than that because I want my business to grow. And I want to spend on ads thinking that, they eventually will have a return on investment. But right now I'm actually overspending on ads because I need that to come in eventually. I'm taking that bet, right? I'm putting that investment in. I might be paying for additional people on my team to take stuff off of my plate so that I can step into my CEO lifestyle. And I'm taking a bet on that too, right? Like I'm bringing people in, I'm paying them a really fair, really good hourly wage to come in and do work, take it off of my plate. But that's also a bet because when you bring people into your business, you should also be seeing a return on the work that they do for you. Whether that's them giving you your time back so that you can go make more sales, do more networking, or whatever your genius is, or they're actually coming in and actually helping you make money. So there are different ways that you can be looking at this. And so what you want to be doing, and a lot of times, a lot of businesses and most of our clients are spending more money than they're making. And this is how business grows. And so when I'm constantly like out here telling you to buy courses, you need to learn more, you need to get these templates, accelerate your growth by learning more, by doing stuff, by throwing money in, by investing in yourself, taking a bet on yourself. That's because that's what the biggest, most successful businesses are doing on a regular basis until they get into that tipping point of profitability. So you do kind of have to spend money to make money. But what you're doing is spending money on the things that will eventually bring you a return on investment or an ROI that is well over what you've been spending. Eventually, it will be worth it, right? Like if you're spending on ads, you should expect within the first few weeks, first few months to be seeing a return on that, so that now not only are you paying for, the ads that you already spent, but now every time you put a dollar into an ad, maybe you're getting $2 back, and it makes sense to just start throwing money into ads all the time. Those are the tipping points that you're looking for, but until you get there, you probably are spending a little bit more than you're making. And when you evaluate cash flow, what you're trying to do is understand where your tipping points are on the opposite side. What is your tipping point to go from, okay, I got money in my account, I can be spending a little bit of money, to shit, now I'm in the red. I'm maxing out my credit cards. I don't have any money I can spend. I am low or negative on cash flow. So what I like to do is I have a spreadsheet where I basically just list every single expense that I have in my business. When does that get spent? So the spreadsheet's huge. It's lines and lines and lines long. It's something that I'm looking at literally every single day in my business to make sure that I am getting paid all of my invoices on time. It's something that I'm checking to make sure that I'm paying my team on time. Were the bills that I was expecting to receive higher or lower? Is there anything changing inside any of these expenses that typically go into my business? These are the kinds of things that I'm monitoring on a daily basis. And so as I go in, and I'm looking at, okay, today I owe someone $1,000. That comes out as a negative. So minus $1,000 from my account gives me a new balance number. So I put in every expense or every piece of income, right? Today we made $500. Someone bought the Business of Apparel course. We made $500. And so that goes into the cash flow spreadsheet as income. And so now between me balancing, I spent $1,000, I made $500, and how that all works day by day, week by week, month by month, I can start to evaluate where in my year could I be at risk of going negative? And this is something that I don't think a lot of like CPAs like to do, because they want to have a more predictable like profit and loss statement. And that's one of the spreadsheets that are actually providing to you in the business planning course. So we'll talk about that here in the next couple of weeks in this little mini series about the business planning. What I found is that doing a cash flow analysis the way that I like to do it really helps me understand when are key points in my CEO journey. When do I need to be making really tough decisions? And I mean, like, when do I need to take my employees' hours down? When do I maybe need to fire somebody or lay somebody off because I'm not going to have the funds anymore? Where do I need to really focus on sales? Like, what types of sales do I need? Maybe right now I can't bring on more clients because that means more hours for my team, and my team is fully maxed out. That's a situation we've been in before. Like, we're looking at, for the longest time, we were looking at bringing in new clients upon new clients. That was kind of the gist of our business. And we were willing to hire and bring new people in all the time. But what we decided to do was really simplify. And so we wanted to max out our team's time and then put a pause on bringing in new clients. And we got to that point. So now my focus as a CEO needed to be to get the team to steer their attention to something different. Now we're focusing on the board membership. Now we're focusing on selling courses. Now we're focusing on other ways of getting people into our community in a lower cost way. Let's start something different. We're maxed out here. We've made this goal. We're going to simplify and do something a little bit different. Those are the kinds of sales that we now need to bring in, because it doesn't require more time for my team to actually do that work then, right? So every time we sell a course or we sell a tool online, or every time we make a sale in something that's maybe a little bit passive, I don't have to dole out more hours and my team doesn't go above their hours threshold. So those are the types of things that you want to be looking for in your cash flow analysis to understand where are these key points in my journey that I'm going to have to make some big decisions. And so as you go through, you can play with your numbers a little bit. Okay, if I take my marketing team's hours down from 20 hours a week to 10 hours a week, this is how much money I can save. And all of a sudden that takes me from, oh shit, I'm going to be in the red by October 31st to, okay, I've extended that now to maybe December 15th. So I bought myself an extra 45 days by taking their pay down by half. And you have to realize that what you're doing when you're doing things like that is you're also decreasing the work that they're going to do for you, obviously, right? Like they're not going to be able to do 20 hours of work in 10 hours. So you also have to be really strategic about, okay, what am I taking off of their plate? What am I maybe having to take back? Or what are we going to stop doing at these phases? This is where you need to really be putting on your CEO hat and really thinking about how your business is going to move forward, what kind of decisions you're going to make if you can't, let's say you can't get the sales that you need to make, you can't find a new client. The passive income that you're really, really looking for just isn't happening. Your apparel line, you've got product out, but it is not selling at the rate that you need it to sell at. What are those milestones? What are those positions? And what are those points inside your timeline where you need to be a strong leader? And I would say communication comes with the cash flow analysis really, really early. Like with me and my team, they know exactly where our cash flow analysis goes into the red. And they know exactly what is going to happen if we get close to that point, what kind of decisions I'm going to have to make, what is going to happen to their hours. And so they are like all in on helping me figure out how to amplify the work that we're doing, get more sales, find more clients. And that's again how we kind of work as a team. And that's how they continue to bring tons and tons and tons of value to my company. So I really encourage you to start a cash flow analysis. It's actually a really, really simple spreadsheet to set up. You just want to start with like, where are you today? What's your balance today? And then start listing all of your different expenses. If it's coming in and that's income to you, that's a positive number. If it's going out and it's a bill that you're paying, or if it's someone's payroll that you're paying, it's a negative number and it comes out of your account and it comes out of your workflow spreadsheet. List what it is, list what the date is that you're actually going to be either paying it or making that money, and then allow a formula over on the right-hand side to be calculating, okay, based on where I am today, after I have this expense or I have this income coming in, my new balance is Y. So I went from X to Y because of whatever was coming in or going out of my account. And just drag that formula all the way down and build outlines forever and ever. Now you can do this in a way of like, the way that I manage my credit card is different than the way I manage my business checking account. So for example, I just know essentially like in the first half of each month, I spend X amount of dollars. In the last half of each month, I spend Y amount of dollars on my credit card. I'm not listing out every single expense on my credit card. And so you can do it that way. You can say, from the 1st to the 15th, I spend $1,000 inside my business. So you could just have a line item that says first half of the month expenses minus $1,000 to give you your new balance. The issue that I tend to find with that is that if things are changing and shifting, it's harder to capture it. But that's definitely a way that you can do it. It doesn't have to be every single line item, but this is an exercise that I completely walk you through in the business planning course. I give you my template, even though it's really simple. I do gift it to you in there. Again, this is something that I'm looking at every single day. I basically have my cash flow analysis worksheet open on my desktop all the time. I'm like literally looking at it right now. So, and then I like to color code all of my stuff. So as we start to go close to being in the red, or I have like key decision-making points as a CEO, those are different colors of lines for me, right? Like this is where I need to be able to make this decision so that our business doesn't go into the red. Again, if you're really interested in getting your hands on this template, you can get the entire course. It also comes with a profit and loss template. It comes with a startup expenses template, and it comes with the pie charts, and it comes with the 10-year example business plan, and it comes with your business plan template that you actually fill out, all for $99. And you can get that by going to our website, thebusinessofapparel.com/shop. Okay, next week we will talk about one of the other templates that we have in our business planning course, and we'll finish up this little mini series in a few weeks. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Happy Monday, and I'll talk to you soon.